England falls between the gaps in our sentences. This green and pleasant land curls your vowels. A few miles in any direction is enough for a new accent to stiffen your upper lip. Yet it is not just sound, but the shape of our thoughts that are inherited. By day, we are a nation of shopkeepers who no longer keep shop for the world. The factories have closed down, and now cathedrals of glass and steel trade our future in algorithms too removed from us to understand. At night, we dress for our appearances. A man in a short-sleeved shirt and a borrowed World War pushes past you at the bar. The Industrial Revolution held tight in a coiled bicep, a taut spine as if his country sits proudly in the middle of a map. CCTV on chipped white columns looks out for trouble across streets dimly lit by a faded empire haunted by the possibility of violence. We're 45th generation Roman, Anglo-Saxons and Normans, Germans and Franks, mother of both Parliament and dark satanic mills. Our identity is fractured, nostalgic, shaped by history and chance. The past is unwritten, a place where we look to find the thread for our own beginnings. Yet this land we call kin does not recognize our tongue. It has belonged to names before us and will be written by those that come. It is hard to catch yourself changing. Most of the time it happens out of sight. A blurred silhouette caught on a window, a rushed phone call answered between moments, an idle thought turned hard. Yet sometimes it happens all at once. I am under a foreign sky and it is hotter than any summer I can remember. The air is a heavy cotton duvet that fills every breath, button and sleeve. Wandering through a public museum, I am surrounded by 40 primary school students with bright eyes, hanging grins, and the clamour of children free from a timetable they don't understand. I cannot see it, but my otherness is buckled round my frame. My sense of superiority is empire. My stilted response is my perception of personal space. They gather round my elbow, giggling at their boldness, reach to shake my hand and ask, would I like a cup of tea? And how do I do? There are moments when you feel change as simply as the turn of a key. Their performance of my identity is thousands of years of human history asking to meet my gaze. Cells divide. My brain pushes against its chalk cage. Sometimes you have to leave to come back. Gifted the perspective to see yourself as others might. The way your cheeks announce your face. Your clothes. The way you shoulder your back. You are an awkward, clumsy thing. Plucked from nothing. Landing on the turn of a page. We hope something, somewhere, knows who we really are. And it is the shape of this hope that we must meet. Or you will look for it in the wrong places. Like history. Like despair. Terrace choirs sing for glory, chanting "Ing the land" against a floodlit pitch. They are resurrecting our past, pulling on ancestral shadow lives that only remain in coiled genetic code, and the splinters of language reshaped by the vibrations passing between ear and tongue. To name a place is to call it into being. Each song is a reckoning, a moment of rebirth. Yet when we paper chain ourselves back from now, past generations of living memory, past speech. What is it of England that remains? How do you pull yourself together back from a song you can't trace? A museum assistant in a long white cloak wears gloves as they pick across finds tagged with my DNA profile. This is no Staffordshire hoard. Almost everything is plastic or glass. The oldest items in the collection are toys. A beaten grey mutant biker mice from Mars. A small plaque next to the find states it was found during renovations at what was once known as Greenwich Park, presumed lost at a family picnic in the 1990s. A small collection of early 21st century music encased in reflective metal discs. A note states that traces of my handwriting were found on the laminated album sleeves. A 3D projection hosts my digital imprint from this time. A school photograph, university records, bills, and Facebook messages rotate in the air. A pixelated video screen plays short clips from Game of Thrones and Friends. A voiceover states that Joe was born in the early Anthropocene. He was one of the 20% of world population at that time that had ever boarded a plane. Italicized quotes mark world events as turning points. As people move to the exit, they shake their head, think of dinner and Sunday dread. The world is neither giver or gift, mother or captor, but a living thing. The land will never forget these few hundred years. They will be plucked like splinters from the land, like a body rejecting teeth.